Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Now, I've not hit it in any way, shape, or form that I am still cautiously optimistic about the future of the DCU under James Gunn. I think the Superman movie's got an absolutely spot-on casting. I think they've done an incredible job. I think David Cornsweet's done a really good job of putting in the work. He's very excited about playing the characters. It's something he's gone back a long time in the past talking about. I mean, I think, like I said, the casting's spot on. Our Lois Lane is very, very smoking hot. And, of course, our dear, sweet Perry White, well, that's another race swap, but hey, this is the way things go sometimes in the modern era. But we're getting a Ginger Jimmy Olsen, boys and girls. We're getting a Ginger Jimmy Olsen. So if nothing else, at least they're restoring some of the redheads to their proper place out there. And boys and girls, it looks like from the guy who told the MCU and Marvel to get bent because of how much they screwed him over on his character, Frank Grillo himself, who's going to play Rick Flag Sr. in the upcoming Creature Commandos, which comes out next month, which I am still very cautiously optimistic for as well. I think the trailer looked great. And needless to say, he's coming out and giving us a little inside information as to what he's heard and what he thinks about the Superman movie coming forward. And even the fact that he has glimpsed the trailer and what his thoughts are about all of that. So boys and girls, let's see what we've got to be cautiously optimistic about today. So as you can see over here from cosmicbook.news, Superman trailer is great. David Cornsweet is a superstar. And boys and girls, this is very good information that I like to hear, especially from a guy that seems pretty common sense. He doesn't seem like he holds back any punches. He seems to kind of be a very much a straight shooter out there. And that is kind of information that I am willing to climb onto and at least report to you, boys and girls. We're trying to continue the cautious optimism and maybe even build some people up to excitement out there. So we're going to check out this article from cosmicbook.news, getting all of the juicy details of exactly what he said. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below as well. Are you cautiously optimistic like I am for the DCU, or are you just absolutely going to be a complete and total wait and see, or are you a hardcore no way in hell kind of person? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. All opinions are welcome as always. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links in the description as well. All right. So from cosmicbook.news and our dear sweet Matt McGloin, James Gunn's Superman trailer is ready to go. And now it's said to be great. And that the new Man of Steel, David Cornsweet, is a superstar. And I mean, like, I literally haven't seen anything but good stuff from this kid so far. Like, he's been really nice. He's been very great to the fans. He's just said nothing but positive things about it. And all of the stuff that we're getting out of James Gunn with the marketing and everybody else, all the set pictures we saw, it's like, oh, it's all comics, right? There's even a really cute little picture that they released, and of course it's staged, obviously. But it's the kind of marketing that you want to see, right? Because it was Lois Lane, David Cornsweet as Superman, it's David Cornsweet, Superman, and of course James Gunn, and they're all sitting outside of their trailer and they're all reading comics and like action comics, like old school classic kind of Superman stuff. And it's one of them situations where that is if nothing else, that is a huge shift in marketing that we have not seen in Hollywood for a very long time. It's like, hey, we're reading the source material. We're looking at it. We're trying to give you the true spirit of Superman out here, boys and girls, instead of going, well, we're reimagining it for a modern audience. That has not been the marketing around this movie in any way, shape, or form. And I'm hoping, even with being so overloaded with so many characters, I'm really hoping it ends up being really good. So we'll see what happens. And so far, it looks like everything we've heard is nothing but good. So this info lines up with our DC insiders for this and at Comic-Con that the Gunn's new Superman movie that launches the DCU is solid. We've been told the trailer has been worked on since July. Now, Frank Grillo, who plays Rick Flag Sr. in the movie and in both Creature Commandos and Peacemaker Season 2, weighs in, which obviously, if you weren't aware of that, it's one of them situations where that's the James Gunn's plan, is to have the people that play it in animation, the voice actors that play it in animation, also play the same characters in live action. So obviously, this is a very, and all the way down to video games too, although that might change. But at the end of the day, that is a very, very daunting task. That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. What did Frank Grillo say about the Superman trailer? While speaking with Collider about Creature Commandos, which gets released on December 5th, Grillo snuck in a comment about the Superman trailer. I got a sneak peek at a little bit of the trailer, and I'm not joking. I'm not blowing this out of proportion. My skin was hot, and I had goosebumps. That's how great it is. Now, obviously, if you just got to see a little bit of the trailer and it gets him excited, maybe it's the music, maybe whatever it is, maybe it's the musical choice, maybe it's some of the first scenes we get to see as David Cornsweet sweet as Superman? I don't know. But either way, Frank Grillo has been nothing but a straight shooter with us from his entire time at Marvel. I mean, like I said, as a friendly reminder, this is the guy that literally went out there and bashed Marvel after he left because he thought his character was underutilized. So this guy has no problem taking pot shots at people. But at the end of the day, we do know he does have a big future in the DCU if things work out and pan out very, very well. So take that obviously into consideration as well. Grillo continued and also said good things about David Cornsweet. By the way, this kid, David, is going to be a superstar. A superstar. He's amazing, as is the rest of the cast in the film and just James' takes on it. I think it's going to be the movie. The movie? I don't know. Maybe this little editing thing, maybe he spoke a little SWAT and difference, but I don't know. Either way, that is great. That is good information to hear. That is exciting that somebody that is involved with the project is super excited about it, because it's been so often that we have found out about things and we've seen these people, these stars and everybody involved in Hollywood get involved in these projects and go, oh yeah, you know, it's going to be all about representation and we're really going to make everybody feel seen and yada, 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 yada. And Frank Grillo has never come off as that kind of guy in any way, shape or form. I mean, he literally looks like the characters. He looks like the kind of guy that would literally actually kick your ass. He's probably super nice in person, but he literally looks like a guy that could probably kick your ass and be the villain in something. And so he's a great pick for Rick Flag Sr. I think it's going to end up doing really, really well. But at the end of the day, it's one of those situations where we're going to have to wait and see. So the interview also saw Grillo state that he's a big fan of the Man of Steel, particularly with the original Superman TV series, and that for him, Superman comes way ahead of Batman. And as a big fan of the Dean Cain original Superman TV series back in the 90s, I mean, that was my first introduction to Superman. I saw that and the animated series long before I ever saw any of the movies and stuff like that. And I got my own issues with movies, and I know a lot of people love them, but either way, it's one of them situations where I love that version of Superman too. And if that's his favorite version of Superman and he's excited about this, well, ladies and gentlemen, we could end up getting some really good stuff as well out of all of this. So at the end of the day, of course, we'll still have to wait and see. As of right now, Frank Grillo says he's really excited. He seems really cautiously optimistic. He seems really optimistic. He seems super excited about everything. And that is a refreshing thing to see and hear from a lot of these kind of people out there in Hollywood. This isn't all marketing about yada, yada, yada. It's not all about representation. It's all about, yeah, this thing's look really good. This kid is going to be great. This kid's going to be wonderful as Superman. It gets me excited. And that's what we like to hear. So at the end of the day, hopefully we'll end up getting a trailer sometime here in December. We've got the War of Roham coming out with all of that, which that looks like it's probably going to end up being hot garbage. And from everything we've heard from behind the scenes and some people that have already seen it, shout out to Gary Nerdrotic, it's going to end up being exactly what we expect out of it. But if this is the time they decide to release the trailer, if they decide to do some surprise thing over at CCXP down in Brazil, I don't know, but we'll keep you updated on all this kind of stuff. And as of right now, boys and girls, this is all good news. This all sounds very good as of right now, which is why I am cautiously optimistic. But at the end of the day, we will see what happens when this trailer comes out, and of course we will find out next July when this movie actually comes out to see if James Gunn was able to pull this off and break his habit of just being something with a bunch of ridiculous over-the-top jokes, or if he ends up giving us an actual good quality Superman. And that's the hope. But at the end of the day, James Gunn, everybody else over at Warner Brothers and DCU, make the fans happy and we'll make you rich. If you don't, well, you will get exactly what you deserve.